Hi, I'm Karthik Rannan. I'm the president of the Wall Street Club of BITS Pilani Hyderabad campus. Yes, so the collaboration with XLR was an excellent one. We conducted a Power BI workshop with Advanced Excel over a span of 3 days. The workshop was almost 12 hours long in total. Mr. Karthik, who was an amazing trainer, helped the students understand the concepts deeply. I am sure that the students will be able to apply these concepts in their careers as well as their daily lives while they try to navigate the world of finance. I am happy that we will be able to close this workshop successfully on a very good note.
Hi, I am Raghunendra Singh and I am the Technical Director of the Wall Street Club at BITS Pilani Hyderabad campus. It was a great amazing conducting this workshop with XLR. The trainer, Mr. Karthik, was an excellent person where he explained in very detailed manner on how to give great insights using very complex data sets, which was very helpful for the people who are interested in the field of finance, business or analytics in general. Thank you.
I attended a workshop conducted by CSA and ACM in collaboration with XLR. So it was a machine learning workshop. We learned a lot from the course and it was a great experience attending the workshop.
The trainer was very helpful. He had a hands-on approach with his teaching and it was fabulous.
This was a great experience for me. So I would absolutely love it if XLR and its team would come again to our campus and conduct more events like this.
The journey was great. Initially, I thought that I was not proficient enough in Excel, but later I came to know there was no prerequisites for it, and then I applied for it, and it was a great course, and it started from basics and took me to a great extent.
Good evening, myself Kavya Ganatra. I am from Computer Science Association. I was the POC for this ML workshop conducted by CSA and ACM in collaboration with XLR. The experience of the workshop was really nice. The feedback from all the students was positive. They understood the concept. The workshop was also practical based with some questions. The experience with XLR was very smooth. They helped us in conducting the workshop smoothly right from the booking of the vendor and deciding the course till the distribution of certificates. In overall, this workshop was a success during our Technical Fest Atmos, and I thank XLR for being a part of it. Thank you.
Yep. Suryanamana, you can take up the class, okay? The count was less. Maybe they will join Julie, okay?
Okay,
Thank
sure.
you.
Good morning, everyone. How are you doing today? Is my audio and video clear?
Yes, Surya, it is visible.
Okay, thanks for confirming.
So,
Chinmay.
guys, please interact in the session so that we will engage, or else it's not possible, right? So, I'm requesting everyone, please.
Good morning. In yesterday class, we discussed about encapsulation and inheritance and its types of inheritance, right? Did you understand yesterday's session or any doubts? Give clear if it is clear or else no. Is yesterday's session clear to you all the concepts? I could see only one response from Pavan Kalyan, that's it. What about others? Are you clear with yesterday's session or any doubts? Okay, can I ask you questions then, if it is clear? What is encapsulation? What is encapsulation? Yes, wrapping data members and methods into single unit. What does that single unit means? Is it variable, method, or class? Class, yes. How many types are there in inheritance in Java? Types of inheritance, 4. What are they? Yes. Single, multi-level, hierarchical, multiple, yes. So is multiple inheritance supported in Java or not? Is it supported in Java? No. Okay, why it is not supported? Yeah, will it create any ambiguity or not? Yes, okay. How can I achieve encapsulation? What is the access modifier I have to use? It's private. So if I doesn't want to directly access the field, I'll make it as private. What if I want to access or to modify the data in that field? Which methods I have to use? Getters and setters. Yes, great. And uh, can I access a variable that is declared with a protected access modifier outside of the package without inheritance, without extending that subclass? No. If I inherit the parent class, like I inherit it in a the subpackage, then can I access that field? Okay. Okay then. I'll give you one scenario. Tell me which type of inheritance it is. I have class A and class B is extending A and class C is also extending A. Which type of inheritance it is? I have class A, class B and class C are inheriting class A features. Yes, hierarchical inheritance. Good. So then I think most of you are clear with this concept. So let's dive into today's session. So in today's session, we are gonna discuss about typecasting. As you mentioned that like the primitive typecasting was not covered in previous sessions. We'll discuss briefly on it, and then we'll discuss about non-primitive typecasting, and then we'll discuss about polymorphism. Okay. So do you first we have to know about typecasting. So did anyone know what is typecasting? What is typecasting? Yes, converting one type of data to other. Yes, the example is into float. Very good. So typecasting is nothing but converting one type of data to another type. One type of data to another type. Okay, good. So there are different types of typecastings are available. If it is with primitive data type, what are primitive data types available in Java? Int, float, double, long, short, byte, etc. Right? So if we want to change the type of the primitive data types from one type to another type, we'll call it as primitive typecasting. So under that primitive typecasting, we are having two types. If it is with primitive typecasting, there are two types. One is widening, another is narrowing. Have you ever worked on this widening and narrowing? Did you know these concepts? No? Okay, no problem. If it is no, will deep into this. Okay. So first we'll take widening and then we'll discuss about narrowing. Okay. So first widening. Let me give you a small example. I have two containers. One is 200 ml and I have another container which is 400 ml. Okay, both these containers are empty at first. It can occupy 200 ml of water and liquid, and it can it will occupy 400 ml of water or some liquid. So firstly, both these are empty. Now I have 200 ml of water. So I use this container to fill that water, to hold that water. So this container is holding 200 ml of water. Okay. Now I want to shift this 200 ml into 400 ml of water. Can I do that? Can 400 ml of container holds 200 ml water or not? Will it hold 200 ml water or not? Yes. Will it? It will hold. So if I fill this 200, transfer this 200 ml water into 400 ml, how it will go? Yeah, it can occupy, hold 200 ml of water, but this space is empty, right? The remaining 200 ml is empty, but it can hold it can hold 200 ml and it can also hold extra 200 ml. Okay, so if I transfer this 200 ml into 400 ml, is there any chance to lose the water? No, right? We can completely move entire 200 ml into this 400 ml. We won't lose any water drop or water, right? Because it is 400 ml, we are just using 200 ml only. So it won't, we won't lose any water. It can hold entire 200 ml. So for example, let's compare this with our data types. So what are the data types available in primitive? What are the primitive data types? Just give any examples that you know about primitive data types. Okay, in float, double boolean. Yes, exactly. So let's talk about size, because here we are not talking about water, but we are talking about the container size, right? So let's take like in the Java, we have byte and then short and then int and then long and float, double. Why I'm writing in this way is because byte is only 1 byte, 8 bits. Short is 2 bytes. Integer is 4 bytes. So it keep on increasing in this way. So that's why I wrote here. Wrote in this way. Okay. So if I take integer data, I'm taking integer data. For example, integer, the variable name is a and I'm holding 10 value into it. And I have double variable b and I am trying to use this a value here. I'm trying to assign a value. So integer is which, I mean, how many bytes integer will hold? 4 bytes. How many bytes double is holding? How many bytes in Java? Some extra bytes, I mean, which is greater than 4, right? It will definitely greater than 4. Integer bytes plus some extra bytes. So we'll double, let's take container example. Assume this is integer and assume this is double. I think 8 or 16 bytes, right? Yeah, I think 16. So this is int and assume this is double. So I have 10 value here. So it is of integer type, and I want to transfer this value into double. Will double can hold the integer value which is of 16 byte size? Will it hold the value or not? Yes. Just relate with water example. We have 200 ml container and then 400 ml container, and we are transferring 200 ml into 400 ml. So the 400 ml size is greater than 200 ml, so that it can hold 200 ml water. That part was clear, right? Similar to that, we have small container. Okay, 8 bytes. Okay, it is of 8 bytes. Okay. Okay, so it is a 4 bytes container and it is 8 bytes container. So will this 4 bytes value can store into 8 bytes container? Will it possible? Can it hold that value? Yes, it can hold that value, and there is no we won't lose anything. We can I mean it can hold entire data. It won't lose anything. We won't lose anything. Okay. So this is called widening. We are going from small size to big size. Okay, this is called widening, small to big. So as it is small to big and we won't lose any data in Java, we no need to write and we no need to explicitly do typecasting. With defaultly it will take. For example, if it is integer a equals to 10, and if I want to assign it to some big size container, which is of double, I can directly assign it. There is no need to do typecasting here. Okay, during the compilation, JVM itself will see and it will check these sizes, integer size and double size. If it is greater than integer size, it won't throw any error. It will directly typecast it to double. Okay, into to double, it will directly typecast it. No need to write double here. Okay. Is it clear, everyone? This is widening. Going from small to big. Small to big. Okay. So let's discuss about narrowing now. First, I'll give one example. This is the small example only. We'll create one class and then we'll check for widening. Yes, it is type conversion only, Vaibhav. Typecasting is nothing but converting one type of data to another type. Okay, here I am taking the same example. Integer, it is the variable name is a and it is holding 10 value. I want to convert it to or transfer it to some big size container. So here I am taking double. You can also take float as well, because the flow will go like short, byte. See here, byte, short, int, long, float, double. So integer is 4 bytes, but double is 8 bytes, which is greater than int, right? So it can directly hold the data. So I'm using it. I'm directly assigning integer value to double. So during the compilation, it will check, hey, it is assigning a value to this b variable. What is type of a? Okay, it is integer 4 bytes. Okay, what is type of b? It is double 8 bytes. So which is greater than integer container size. So it won't throw any error. It will directly implicitly do the type conversion actually. No need to write like this. It will directly do. It will do by itself. It will do it by itself. Okay. There is no explicitly doing it. Is it clear, everyone? Is it clear? Can we proceed for narrowing? Okay. You understood about widening, right? The narrowing is opposite to it. I have 400 ml of water, container. This is 400 ml container and it is 200 ml container. Okay. So I have 400 ml water, did complete 400 ml. Okay. I want to transfer this 400 ml into 200 ml. Can I do that? Can we pour this 400 ml into 200 ml container? Okay. Most of you are saying no, but yes, but half can transfer. Yes, exactly. I'm expecting that answer. We can transfer the data, but it can only hold the first 200 ml. The remaining will be lost. The remaining 200 will be lost. We'll lose the 200 ml data, remaining 200 ml, right? So we have four big size container and we are trying to transfer that data to small size container. It can be possible, but there is data loss. This concept is nothing but narrowing, going from big to small, big size to small size. Okay, so let's take one example. I have double. I'll take double value now. Double, the variable name is t. I'm taking some 10.0 like that. And now double is 8 bytes, right? Which is smaller, integer is smaller, right? So I want to assign it to integer value. Integer, the variable is a. I want to assign this d value to a. D type is double, but I want to convert it to int. So we are trying to do double data, convert double data to integer type data. Double is 8 bytes, integer is 4 bytes. We are going from big to small. So it is narrowing. Okay. So as we are going from big to small and there is data loss, we'll get error actually. If I do this directly in Eclipse or in the Java, I'll get error. What error it will throw? It will tell you lossy conversion. It will tell like, hey, you are doing some big to small conversion, there will be data loss. See, I'll do that now. So I'll take double and the variable is a and I'm holding 10.0. Now I want to move it to some smaller size container. So I'm taking integer, I'm assigning a here. See, here I'm getting error. Here I'll print it so that you can. So I saved it. Here itself, it is showing red color, right? Can you see? I'll highlight this. See here, it is giving some conversion, sorry, some recommendations, some suggestions. Here it is saying like add casting to integer type or change b type to double. It is giving some suggestions, or else I'll execute it so that you could see the error, that lossy type conversion error. See, it's giving error. And it's giving actually compilation problem as it is Eclipse. You can do it in some notepad or something. It will give like lossy data type conversion. Okay, that is the error you will get. Here I am getting the recommendations. So what should I have to do? Anyway, I want this data to assign to integer. I want to move from big size to small size, but it is giving error. So I have to say like it's giving some warning actually. Okay, you are having double data which is of big size, but you are moving to small size. So there will be loss conversion. So it's giving that warning, that error. So if I really want to move from big size to small size, I want to inform to it. Hey, okay, I'm okay if there is data loss. I'm okay to convert it to small size. How to say that? Before assigning, like here, you have to give the data type small size container to which you want to assign. You have to give that data type within this open and closed brackets. Okay. If you are assigning in this way, it's nothing but you are saying, I want to convert double data to integer type. Okay. Double data to integer type. You are converting it manually. So as it is throwing error previously, now I will convert it to integer type. I'll say like, okay, I am okay if there is I'm okay if I want to actually I have to create object and then call it. Give me yeah. So I have to say like previously we got the error. You are moving from big size to small size. There will be data loss. So now I have to say like even though there is data loss, I want to still move it to smaller size. So that's why I'm doing typecasting. I have to explicitly say to that. I have to explicitly say to the JVM that I really want this type conversion from big size to small size. Is it clear, everyone? The widening and narrowing? Is it clear? Okay, then I'll ask you a few questions. What is widening? Is it big to small or small to big? Okay. Will there be any data loss in widening? Okay. Will there be any data loss in narrowing? Is it from big to small or small to big? Okay, big to small. What is the order? Like short, byte, short, right? I told you, right? What is the order? Or else I'll modify my question. Will double comes first or int comes first? Okay. Will long comes first or int comes first? Will double or else? Will short comes first or byte comes first? Okay, great. Uh, so Um, do you really need to do the typecasting? Like do you really do this type conversion in widening, or will it take it automatically? Is it implicit one? Is it implicit, or do we need to explicitly declare it? Implicit or explicit? Yes, implicit. What if it in narrowing? Is it implicit or explicit? Okay, explicitly we have to declare. Okay, what if I didn't declare this explicitly declare this typecasting and narrowing? What will happen? Error. What type of error it will get? Some lossy conversion, incompatible types conversion. Okay. Okay, great. So we discussed about, so far we just discussed about, yes, we discussed about only primitive typecasting. Please give order. Okay, sure. I'll type it in the chat box. Yeah, you can see the order, Vaiba. Okay, so far we just discussed about primitive typecasting. Okay, and under this we have widening and narrowing. We just discussed this part only. But there is non-primitive typecasting as well. Okay. Non-primitive typecasting. Here we have upcasting and then downcasting. Yesterday we discussed about inheritance, right? Are you clear with that concept, parent-child concept? If it is clear, then only you could understand this upcasting and downcasting. Is it clear, parent-child relationship? No, in non-primitive, we'll discuss about inheritance only. It will come under inheritance part. It is not arrays and strings. I'm not sure which name it is. Okay. No, we have non-primitive data types, but this part is different. Non-primitive typecasting. If you take arrays or strings or something, again it will comes under like in arrays, you won't do the type conversion. It will be different. We are not talking about strings and arrays. We are talking about inheritance. I mean that non-primitive typecasting, which is applicable for inheritance concept. Okay. So it is upcasting, and then it contains two types. One is upcasting, and another one is downcasting. So upcasting is nothing but going from child to parent. We are going up, right? From child to we are going up. So child to parent. What is downcasting? Going from parent to child. From parent to child. Is it clear? If you see it's the name itself saying it is up, so you have to go from child to parent. It is down, so you have to go from parent to child. Is it clear? We'll explain it in by giving one example. So I'll take one more class already. So I have B class. Yeah, I have two classes. One is A class, which is parent. It contains some method. I'll write same or else I'll write a different method. public, or else I'll write the same method, addition method itself. Into A, and it will take two operands and it will be times sum of those operands A and B. Okay. And this B class is extending A. It is acquiring properties of A. And in B, we have subtraction method. Okay. I'm saving it. So we have two classes. One is class A and another is class B. Class B is acquiring properties from A. So which is parent class here? Is A or B my parent class? Which one is parent? Which one is child? Oh, A is my parent. Which one is child here? B. B is my child and A is my parent. Good. So if I'll create B class object, you tell me with this object B class object, can I access addition? Can I access addition method? Yes, I can access because we inherited A class features. So we could access addition method. So tell me with this B object itself, can I access subtract method? Yes, I can access because it's in B class itself and the object is B class object only so that I can access it. Okay, well and good. So I want to add few more. I am creating A class object. With this A class object, small a, can I access addition? Can I access addition method with A class object? Yes, we can access because this A object is of A class type so that we can access it. So I'm accessing it. Okay, fine. So with this A class type, A class object, can I access subtract method? Why can't we access it? Why can't we access it? Because A class object doesn't know is whether B exists or not. Because it is not inheriting anything, it doesn't have any relationship with B. It is not inheriting any properties, so that it doesn't know whether B classes exist or not. So that as it doesn't know B class exists or not, it can't access subtract method, the simple thing. So I'll show you, it will throw the error if you want to access subtract method. See, it is throwing error. It is highlighting it in red color. If you see this, it is throwing, it is recommending something. Okay. This part was clear, right? Okay. So if I write, if I want to create B class object. I already created it. So I just give obj1. So tell me one thing. Usually how we will write the data types? The variable, how we'll declare the variable. Give any example for integer or float data type variable. How we will declare in Java. Yes, data type and then variable name. So int a, like this we'll write, right? So if you say this, a is variable which is of type integer, right? So now I have created one obj object, right? Which is of type, which is B object, B class object. If I assign it with A, will this type be A class type? Can I say this? Because data type, variable name, and then object creation part. If A is integer type, will obj1 is A class type? Can we say that? Yes, we can say that. It is nothing but we are just referring A. It is reference type. We'll call the terminology as reference type. So here for obj1, I'll assign it to A. So obj is B class object, but its type is A. Its reference type is A. Is it clear this line? Obj1 is B class object, but its type is A. Is it clear, everyone, this 25th line? If it is clear, then only you could understand further. Is it clear or any doubts? Okay, fine. So tell me, using this obj1, can I access addition method? Can I access addition method? Okay, we can access it because obj is of A type. So we can access addition method. Good. So here obj1 is B class object, but its reference type is A. Can I access subtract method with obj1? Can I access it? Can I access it? No. Okay. I'll show you obj1 dot subtract. And I have to two values. See here, it is throwing error. Even though obj1 is B class object, its reference type is A. A doesn't in A is not inheriting B. B only inheriting A. So if you see the graph here, child can go to parent and it can acquire the properties, but parent can't acquire property from child, right? You can get your parents' features, but your features your parents can't get it, right? Similar to that, here, even though obj1 is B class object, its reference type is A. It's referring to A class. So that's the reason it can't access B class properties or methods. Is it clear, everyone, why it is throwing error? Okay, good. So this comes under, here it is B class. From child, we are referring to A, right? The object is child class object, but we are referring it to parent. Referring it to parent. If it is child to parent, what casting it is it up or down? The object is child, the creation is child type, but we assigned it to parent type. Which type of casting it is? Down casting or upcasting? Yes, upcasting. So this is what upcasting means. The object creation will be, you will create child class object, but you will give reference type as parent one. Then it is called upcasting. As it is of reference type A, you can only access A class objects and A class methods and properties, but not B class properties and methods. Okay. So it is clear. Give me a minute, I'm getting called. Yeah, sorry for the interruption. So this is called upcasting. So now this one is upcasting because it is going from B class object and we are giving reference to parent one. So what if The second one is downcasting, going from parent to child, right? So I want to create child class object, which is of B reference. I want to create B child class object, and I want to give B reference only, child reference only, not parent reference. So I'll create like obj2 new keyword, and then I'll create it. This is how we usually create, right? If you see this, we are creating object for B class and its reference type is B class only. Now it can access obj2, can access subtract method and addition method as well. So instead of writing in this way, this obj1 is nothing but new of this one, right? B class only, right? So can I assign obj1 here instead of writing new and then this part? Instead of writing it, can I directly assign obj1 here? Okay, I can assign it, but the thing is here you can directly assign it. But here this obj1 is B class object, that is well and good, but it is of reference type A. You can't go from A to B, parent to child, you can't directly go. You can't directly go from parent to child, right? So we need to explicitly say like, hey, I know ABJ1 is B class object and it contains reference type of A, but I want reference type as B only. I don't want A reference type for this object. So you need to explicitly do the typecasting. Did you understand it? Is it clear, everyone? This is called, as we are going parent reference type to B reference type, it is nothing but going from parent to child. We are downcasting it. We are downcasting parent object to parent reference type object to B reference type, child reference type. Okay. Is it clear, everyone? This upcasting, downcasting? Okay, great. Let me know if it is not clear. I can re-explain the concept. You could understand it if you know the inheritance, the parent-child relationship if it is clear to you. Okay. Try to execute the methods, ma'am. Sure. Here I already called, right? I'll just give this out. Which one you want me to explain, Mahinder? Which part? Samya, I'm going to execute it. First, we created B class object and we are calling addition and subtraction with that object itself. As it is B object and are having B reference type, we can access addition and subtract as well, methods as well. So 10 and 20 addition is 30, right? And then it has to print in the new line 20 minus 10, subtract method 10. Okay. And in here, we are creating a class object and we are calling addition. So what will be my sum of 10 and 30? It is 40. So first 30, 10, 40. And then here, it has to print 30 again, right? Because we are creating B class object and giving reference as A. So it can only access addition method. We are calling that and it will give 30. So the output will be 30, 10, 40 and then 30. So I'm executing it. See the output. It is 30, 10, 40, 30. Is it clear, Soumya? Is it okay? Is it okay, Soumya? I executed it. Okay, fine. And yes, I'll explain 1 minute. Once again, explain the object part. Yeah, sure. Lohita is also asking about downcasting. I'll explain it. So, um, is it clear for you? The upcasting is clear for you, Lohita? It's nothing but you need to create child class object and you are passing reference as parent1. So as it is parent reference, it can only access parent class properties. This is upcasting. As it is upcasting, which is nothing but going from child to parent. Here, how it is going? The child is B. We created that object and it is going to reference type of parent A. As we are going from child to parent, it is upcasting. And it is, as child can acquire the properties of parent, no need to do the extra typecasting here. No need to do explicitly declaring it. It will take implicitly. Is it clear, Lohita, that part? Lohita and Mahinder? Okay, fine. So now I want to create B class object. How can I create it? Child class and the variable name new and then child class. Right? This is how we usually create it. What does this B mean? B is we are creating object B object using B class. B class. B is B class object and it is having type as B. It having reference type as B. So as it is B class object and having type as B, can it access A class properties as well as B class properties? Logita and Mahendra, tell me, can this B object can access both A class properties and B class properties? Yes. Why it can access? Because B is inheriting A. B is child, A is parent. So it can inherit A class properties as well, so that it can access both these class properties and methods and whatever it contains. Okay, well and good. So instead of writing previously what we have done, I'm just giving the naming convention as obj1 object1. So this is upcasting, right? Creating child class object giving reference type as A. So now I want to do I want to create B class object. So object2 new and then B. This is how we usually do, right? So instead of writing new this new and then B class bracket, can I assign directly obj1 here? Because it is nothing but B class object only, right? If you see this, it was assigned to this one. If A equals to B, B will also equals to A, right? Similar to that we are doing. Okay, so instead of writing it here, I already have a B class object in previous line, so I'm just directly assigning it. Okay, this one is good. If you see obj1, it is of B class object only, but the reference type is A. Here we are trying to give reference type as B. The previous obj1 is reference type of yes, Vaibhav. So here obj1 is A type, but we are trying to assign it to B type. We are doing parent to child. It can't be possible normally. So, as it is not implicitly possible, we have to declare it explicitly. Hey, I know it is of parent type, but still I want to map it to my child class type. So that's why I'm manually declaring it. I'm saying to the JVM, I know it is parent type, but please assign it to B type. Is it clear, Lohita and Vaibhav? Lohita, Vaibhav, and Mahinder. Is it clear? Okay, fine. What about you, Mahinder? Is it clear? Okay, great. Fine. So this is of typecasting. We learned about primitive typecasting. Under that, we had widening and narrowing. And now we have learned about non-primitive typecasting, which is concerns about inheritance, parent-child relationship. There we discussed about upcasting and downcasting. So, is it clear, everyone, or any doubts in this part, typecasting part? Is it clear? After explicit conversion, we can access both. Yes, we can access Soumya. I'll show you here itself. Here we did the explicit conversion, right? It is nothing but B class object and the reference type is B. So now obj2 can access both addition and subtraction as well. See, it can access addition and it can also access subtraction. Is it clear, Soumya? Okay, great. So let me ask you a few questions then. What is type upcasting? Is it going from parent to child or child to parent? Upcasting. Okay. Do we really need to explicitly declare it in upcasting? Will it be implicit or explicit if it is upcasting? Implicit. Great. What is downcasting then? Is it child to parent or parent to child? Parent to child. Good. Or do we need to explicitly declare it or is it implicit one? Explicitly declare. Yes. Um, and what is typecasting? What is typecasting? Converting from one type of data to another. Okay. If it is primitive data types, how many types of conversions we discussed? How many types are there? Which are there? Widening and narrowing. Okay. What is narrowing? Small to big or big to small? Narrowing. Okay, great. Fine. Okay, then. If you are clear with typecasting, then we'll discuss about polymorphism concept. Polymorphism. So we'll quickly take 5 minutes break. It's 11:29. You can come at mm, like you can come at 11:35. We'll discuss about polymorphism and its types. Okay, take the break, guys. Is everyone back? It's 11:35. Are you all back? Okay. Let's discuss about polymorphism. Have you heard about this concept earlier? Polymorphism? Any idea? Any idea? Okay. Okay. Leela already gave definition. What about others? What does this polymorphism mean? What is polymorphism actually? Mm, great. Yes, yes. Great response. Yes, all whatever you're mentioning, all were correct. So the name is polymorphism, right? Poly plus morphism, something. Morphs, right? Poly means many. Morph means forms, different forms. So in, if you add this to, it is nothing but many forms, right? So polymorphism is nothing but many forms. What is many forms actually? If you have single thing and if you are representing it in many forms, then it is polymorphism. You have single thing or single object and you are representing it in different forms, then it is polymorphism. The best example for this is shape. We usually call shape, right? Which all are comes under shape? Circle, rectangle, square, hexagon, and etc. See, the object is same that we are trying to see. Shape is same, the name is same actually, but it contains different forms. If it is round, we are calling that shape as circle. If it is length is same but width is different, we are calling it as rectangle. If all the sides of edges are same, length is same, then we are calling it as square shape, right? If we have six edges, then we are calling it as hexagon, right? So, and other few more examples are uh, cars, maybe. We are just, the name is car, but we have different types of cars. Audi, Benz, and some Ford, etc. What about bikes? We have different types of bikes. Some scooty or what is that? Hero, Honda, etc. Bullet. I'm not sure what are the types. So the thing is same, but it is taking different forms based on its size or shape, right? The size or shape or the properties, the color, the texture, based on that, it is taking different forms. Yes, good example, Mahinder College and having different branches. In your college, we are calling it maybe the branch. You're saying it in branch, but under this name, there will be different branches. If you have subjects, if the subjects are morely focused on computer side, then it will be computer science engineering. If you contain some hardware related, IoT related also, it will ECE and IT and mechanical, civil. So the name is, the branch is named, the name is same, but depends upon the subjects, it's taking different form. CSE, ECE, IT, mechanical, civil, right? So polymorphism is nothing but Yes, colors also good example. So polymorphism is nothing but based on the properties, it the form it can represent in different form. It can be represented in different forms. Different means many forms, more than one form. Okay. So if it is uh, like shape or car or bike, we're just representing it in tree type structure and we are defining it. What if it in Java? How can we achieve it in Java? We Java is supporting polymorphism concept and we can achieve it using two different things. One is compile time polymorphism, another one is runtime polymorphism. See, the name is same, but it's taking two different forms, compile time and runtime. Okay. And then compile time is all, we can achieve compile time by method overloading concept. Method overloading. We'll discuss more into this. For now, just understand what comes under compile time and what comes under runtime. And under under runtime, we can achieve it using method overriding. Okay. Java is supporting polymorphism. That means it is doing something in different forms and it can be achievable in two different forms. One is compile time and another is runtime. We can achieve compile time polymorphism using method overloading concept and we can achieve runtime polymorphism using method overriding concept. Okay. First, we will discuss about what is method overloading. So what do you mean by method overloading? Any idea? Any idea? Same name, different parameters. Yes. So, till now we discussed about class and object, right? Class, object, constructor, and everything, right? In all those examples, demo examples, I declared different methods. I used different methods. I used addition method. I used subtraction method. I used multiple method to give some demo examples. But in all those examples, I didn't repeat same method name. Say it is addition, it is subtraction, it is multiplication. I never repeated the same method name, right? Till now. But in method overloading, we can repeat same method name. That is nothing but in the same class itself, if we have same method name, if multiple methods have same name, we can say in that way, but different in parameters, then that is method overloading. I'll give you one example. For example, I have public int addition add method and I'm taking two operands here, parameters here, int a and int b. I'll return a plus b. Okay. And after this, someone came like told that I don't want, sometimes I'll pass two values, sometimes I'll pass three values, but you need to do the addition. Anyway, the operation is same, right? If it is two operands or three operands, we need to do plus, we need to use plus symbol only. So for that case, instead of writing different name, I'll write same method name, add method name, but I'll take three parameters here. And I'll return sum of a plus B plus C. Okay. If you see these two methods, the method signature is same. If you see this, the access modifier, return type, method name, everything is same, but it is differing in parameters, right? So this is called method overloading. We are overloading the method name. So we can simply say like, if a class having multiple methods with the same name but differs in parameters, but it contains different parameters, then it is called method overloading. Is it clear, everyone? If a class contains multiple methods with the same name but differ in parameters, then it is called method overloading. Yes, it is in same class. It is in same class, Viva. If a class contains multiple methods but with the same name but differs in parameters, then I'll call it as method overloading. Overloading. Okay. Let's take example and then we'll discuss this. No, that will come under overriding, Leela. I didn't get you, Lohita. Is it clear, Leela? Will if it is between different classes, then it will comes under method of overriding. That will be discussed after this method of overloading. Okay, okay, fine. What's your doubt, Lohita? I didn't get it within the same class. Method of overloading will be happening in this same class only. The definition is, I'll write the definition here so that you could understand. If the class contains multiple methods with the same name but differ in parameters, then it is called method overloading. Is it clear, everyone? If this class contains, if the same class or class means only single class only, right? If the class contains multiple methods but with the same name but differs in parameters, then it is called method overloading. Is this definition clear to you all? If it is clear, then we can go for the demo. Is it clear? Okay, fine. So as the as the definition saying, the class that contains multiple methods. So with the same name. So I'll take same addition example. Here I'll take two parameters and I want to return A plus B. Okay. And here I'll use same method name. See here, I'm using same method name, add method and everything is same, but I want to pass three operands now. And I want to return sum of those three operands. See, if you see this, the class demo method overload contains two methods that contains same name. That contains same name. Here what is method name? Add is my method name, but differ in parameters. Here it is taking two parameters, but here it is taking three parameters. Okay, so I'll write one more example. I'll take same method, but I want to change the return type as float, and I want to take two operands but that are of float type. See here, I am having multiple methods with the same name but differs in parameters. Here that it is accepting two integer type parameters. Here it is acting two float type parameters. Here it is accepting three integer type parameters. Is it clear, everyone? This is called method overloading. If the class contains multiple methods with the same name but differs in return type and or else that differs in parameters, then it is called as method overloading. Is it clear? Okay. So how to call this method? So anyway, we have to create object for this class. So I'm creating object. And I want to call this, I want to pass two integer type values and I want to add, I want to get return some of those operands. So I'll call add method as I'm passing integer types. So for now, I'm passing 10 and 20. Once I saved it, if I compiled it, the JVM comes to main method and it will create the object, which is of demo method overload class object. So once it is created, here it will check. Here it is, we are calling add method using that object. Okay, that is fine. So it will check the parameters 10 and 20. So it will comes to this demo method overload class and it will check all the methods that are having add method name, add as method name. If it is if it comes here, it contains three methods with the same name. So then it will check for the parameters. Here it is taking two parameters. Okay. Here also it is taking two parameters. So it can see like as it is both are taking two parameters, it will compare the type of the variables. Here it is integer, here it is float. As it is 10, it will take it as integer and it will call this method. Is it clear, everyone? Is this clear? Okay, then I want to call this I want to call this method now. How can I call it from main method? What should I have to write? I want to pass three integer type variables and want to call this add method. How can I call it? Can you give that line? What should I have to write? Okay, d dot add of some three parameters I have to pass. Okay, fine. I'm passing. Okay, it's not throwing any error because the JVM comes here and sees for the and checks for the method name. Here the method name is add, so it will comes to this class and checks all the methods that are having add as method name. So here all three having add as method name. So it will check the parameter size. Here 2, no, it's not matching with 3. Here it is 3, yes, it is 3. So it will check other add methods which contains three which is taking which is taking three parameters. So here no other method is taking three parameters, only this method is taking three parameters. So it will call this method. It will match with this type, whether this type is integer or not. Once it is checked and it is integer type, then it will call this method. Okay. So what if I want to call float method? I mean float of two operands. I want to call this method, add method, by passing float values. How can I call? Yes, d dot as it is float type, we have to give parameters in this format, right? Yes. So it will go, the JVM will go and check for this add, the method name which contains add as parameters. Based on that, it will check the parameters and its type and it will call the respective method which is matching with this parameters and this method name. Okay. Is it clear everyone? The method overloading. Okay. Like so here if you see we have add method only. We have method name as add, but it is taking different forms. First is taking two integer types. The second one is taking three integer type variables. And the third one is taking two float type variables. Sure, Praveen will explain. Which one you want me to explain? Did you understand what is method overloading? The definition? Okay. Oh, you didn't understand method overloading? Okay. Okay. I'll explain it. So, Praveen, the concept is polymorphism. I'll briefly explain it. Poly means many, morph means forms. See, poly means many, morph means forms. So, polymorphism, the word itself means many forms. If single thing is taking many forms, that means it is polymorphism. Okay. So the best examples are normally we'll call shapes, right? The thing is same shape, the name is same, but based on the texture, size, the way of looking, the properties, where it is having different forms. If it is round kind of thing, we are calling it a circle shape. If length is same, width is different, then we are calling as rectangle. If all these edges and sides of the length of all the sides is same, then we are calling it as square, right? The name is same, but it is differed the way of representation. Is it clear, Praveen, so far? Did you understand it? Okay, give me one example for polymorphism. Here I wrote cars because in cars also we have Audi, Benz, Ford, etc. Bikes we have Bullet, scooters, Hero Honda, etc. So give me one example for polymorphism. Any one example. I'm getting response from others. What about you, Praveen? Can you give any example? Yeah, bikes. I already wrote bikes, right? Give another example. Cars, bikes, shapes. Other than this, give any other example. Yes, cycles. Good example. I'm happy that others are also responding. Not only Praveen, others are also responding. Very good, guys. Yes, Praveen. Cycle. If it is cycle, there are different types of cycles, right? I mean, the names will be different. Some are electric cycles, some are normal cycles, and maybe the namings will also, the brands will also differ. Yes, the cycle will comes under polymorphism only. So if it is a normal thing, like we are saying it in tree structure, we are saying like if it is shape, we are having these shapes. If it is cycle, we have these many types. In this tree structure, we are defining it, right? But in Java, how can we achieve polymorphism? Java is supporting polymorphism by using two concepts. One is method overloading, another is method overriding. Okay, Java is supporting polymorphism and it is by using compile time polymorphism and runtime polymorphism. compile time polymorphism, you can also say like method overloading. Under runtime polymorphism, method overriding is the concept. Is it clear, Praveen, so far? Okay. So now we'll discuss about method overloading. Once it is clear, then we'll go for method overriding. So one is method overloading. So what is method overloading means the definition is in previous demo examples, I created one class and I declared different methods, right? Addition method, subtraction method, multiplication method. But nowhere I repeated the same method name. All these names are different. What if I want to rewrite addition? What if I want to rewrite addition method name? It is nothing but the name is same, right? Here the addition name is same. Here also it is same. So in like the polymorphism, compiled and polymorphism can be achieved in Java using method overloading. Method overloading is nothing but this is the definition. If you understand the definition, it will be very clear to you, the demo. If the class contains multiple methods, so here, what is my class name? This is my class name. It contains multiple methods with the same name. Here, what are all the methods? These three are my methods. And here, if you observe the method signature, the name is same. All contains add as method name, right? If you observe this class contains multiple methods with the same method name. But how these are different? Based on the parameters. Here it is taking two integer type variables. Here it is taking three integer type variables as parameters. Here it is taking two float type variables as parameters. Is it clear, Praveen? If class is having multiple methods and all those methods having same name, then but differs in parameters, type of parameters or size of parameters, then we'll call it as method overloading. Is it clear, Praveen? Okay, if it is clear, you tell me. I want to use add method only. I want to declare add method only, but I want to take four double type variables. How can I write that function? I'll read tell my requirement. I want add method. It should take four parameters and those parameters should be double type. Can you write it? Can you write that method name? Okay. Can you write down Praveen in the chat and ping me? You can't write why? What happened, Praveen? Are you listening? Are you listening to the class or not? So I told you, right? I want to use add as method name. Okay, I used it. So now I want to take four parameters. Okay, I'm taking four parameters here. Okay, A, B, C, D, I'm naming it as A, B, C, D. And I told you, right, the type should be double type. So I'm giving double as type for all these parameters. Now I'll return the sum of these four parameters. This is how I have to write. Is it clear, Praveen, now how to write this? If you observe this, all these methods having same method name. The method name is add. It is same, but it is differing in parameters, size of parameters or type of parameters. So while you are calling, it will check the method signature, and based on that, it will call that respective method. Okay. Is it clear, everyone? Is it clear? Ma'am, we can give different parameters also. Different parameters. Here we are giving, right, if it is a float type, you can give different names. If you are asking about names, I mean, here instead of AB, if you want to give some CD, you can give that. Is it what you are asking, Mahendra? Is it what you are asking? Yeah, we can use any type. Can we give double int float in same method? Yes, you can give, say, in the same method itself, you can give double int float, but while returning it, you should typecast it. For example, if I want to take double here float and then int e, here I want to add all this C plus D plus E, but I want to return integer. So you have to typecast it. Mm. Two times we need to typecast it actually. Yeah, yeah. This is how we have to do. The name is same, but it is as ma'am same doubt I got. Is it clear now, Mahendra? You can take same, same or different, I mean, same size. Like here, you can take same size, two parameters, but it should be different at least type of the parameters. Okay. So if you want to take three parameters of different types, you can take it, but you have to do some extra thing while returning it. If you want to return double, so there is no need of typecasting. If you want to return double, there is no need of typecasting because float and int are small, double is big container. But if you want to store integer type value, you need to explicitly typecast it. Okay. Is it clear, everyone? And there are few more doubts. Let me. Ma'am, we can give different parameters also. Yes, this one is clear. Pranjali, is your doubt also clear? If you are just asking int and float. I think most of you asked about intermix of different parameters only. Okay, great, fine. So based on the calling, it will go for the method signature and it will call that respective method. This is called method overloading. In the same class itself, if we have different methods with the same method name but differs in type of parameters or size of parameters, then it is called method overloading. Okay. So this method overloading will be done in, as it is in single class, it will be done in compile time itself. That's why we are calling it as compile time polymorphism. Okay. The binding will be done at compile time. Is it clear, everyone? Okay, fine. So if it is clear, let me ask you a question. What is method overloading? Or is what is polymorphism? What is polymorphism? Same name, different forms. Give any one example. Okay, great. And how many types are there in polymorphism? What are they? What are they? Okay, how can we achieve compile time polymorphism? Which concept comes in the compile time? Which concept comes under runtime polymorphism? Okay. What is method overloading? Yes. If the same class containing multiple methods with same name but differs in parameters or size of or type of parameters, it is method overloading. Yes. And can I pass different parameters in the method like integer type, float type, double type, byte type, short type? Okay. Um, can I use same method? For example, I have add method. It is taking integer a and integer b and returning a plus b. And I have same method add with the same return type and same size of parameters with the same uh, data type as well, and it is also returning a plus b. Will it be possible or will it throw error in Java? Error. Why error? Because it is not possible. It is not possible. It will throw error because the signature is same. It is of add. It is of add. Here int a int b int a int b. The return type is same. Everything is same. The method signature itself same. So if you want to declare same thing, the JVM will say like, hey, you already implemented that code. Why you are writing another code? If you are calling some add method with 10 and 20, which I have to call? This one or this one? I'll get confusion. So it won't be allowed in Java. We are not supporting it in Java. Okay? Is it clear? Okay, great. So I have add method that is taking two variables that are of integer type, and I want to declare another add method with float type with three different parameters. Will it be possible or not possible? Yes, it is possible because here integer type, here it is float type, that too I want to take three parameters. Yes, great. Is it comes under method overloading or overriding? In the same class, we are doing it. Overloading. Yes, great. Great. Then I think most of you are clear with the concept. You are giving correct answers. So we'll discuss about method overriding. Any idea on method overriding? Any idea? Have you heard about this concept? Yes. Yes. Most of you are giving proper answer only. So before that, I want to tell you, in previous example, method overloading example, we have same method name. This name is same. But the way of representation, the way of signature is different, right? So can I call it as polymorphism? The previous example I'm saying for method overloading example. The name is same but differs in parameters or type of parameters. Can we say it as polymorphism? Is it taking one thing in many forms? What is one thing here? What are many forms here? Add is one thing, yes. Name of method is yes. And what about these parameters? It is taking different forms based on the parameters. Yes, good. Good, good folks. Good response. So let's talk about method overriding. Here also in previously we overload the method, like we use the same method name but different in parameters and size of parameters, but in the same class, right? But method riding is also like we'll write the same method with the same parameter with the same return type but differs in classes. Example, I have class A that contains addition method which is taking two integer type variables and returning integer value. Okay, and I have another class which is of name B and it is extending the properties of A class, and here it is also having same add method which is taking two parameters of integer type and returning integer value. This is called method overriding. If the parent class and child class have same method with the same number of parameters, with the same type of parameters, with the same return type, then we can call it as class B is overriding class A's implementation. The child class, this is child, right? The child class is overriding add method that is implemented in A class. Did you understand the definition? If both the parent and child class having same method name with the same parameters, same return type, then it is called method overriding because the child class is overriding the implementation of A class. Yes, inheritance is necessary. It is, you can't do that. I mean, if you are doing inheritance, then only it can be possible, or else it can't be possible. It won't comes under method overriding if inheritance is not, if you are not extending parent class. Is it okay? Is it clear, Viper? Is it clear? Okay. So anyway, here we understood that we need parent and child relationship. Parent, we need parent class and we need child class. In both the classes, we need same method name with the same number of parameters. So we'll do this and try to understand the concept. I'll create one class. Here, I told you, right? I need one parent class. I'm taking one class. I'm naming it as A. It is contain some method. I don't want to write addition here. I want to write some other example that then only you could understand it better. So I'm just writing public void circle, and then here I want to print system.out.println. I want to write inside circle method of A class. Okay. So this class here A is parent. I want to extend it to this class. And this I'll rename it. Okay. So here I have class V class and I want to extend properties of A. So I extended it. Okay, well and good. Here I want to write different methods. First I'll write public void car function, and here I want to print print inside car method. Okay, and here what does we learn? What is method overriding? If the parent class contains same method, sorry, if both parent and child class having same method with the same number of parameters with same return type, then it is called method overriding, right? So here the parent class is A, the child class is B. So I want to override this circle method. So I'm writing that public void circle. Here there are no parameters, so it is matching. The method name is matching, the return type is matching, the number of parameters also matching. Here it is not taking any parameters, so here also it is not taking any parameters. So here I want to write something else. I want to re-implement the code, re-implement this method. So here I'll write it as inside circle method of B class. Inside circle method of B class. Okay. If you see this, which one is parent here? We have two classes A and B. B is extending A. Which is parent? A. Which is child? Okay. Are we following, are we using inheritance concept here in this class file? Are we using inheritance concept? Yes. Is it single inheritance or multi-level or hierarchical or multiple? Single. Great. So here, which method is repeated in both the classes? In both A and B, which method is repeated? Circle method. So what, according to me, according to method overriding, if both parent and child having same class with the same return type, same number of parameters, can I say it as method overriding? Can I say B class is overriding circle method that is existed in A class? Can I say that? Can I say yes? So now how can I access? So first I want to create A class object. So I'm creating it. Okay. With this A class object, can I access car method? Can I access car method? No, because A doesn't know whether B exists or not. Can I access this circle method that is existed in A? Can I access this circle method that is existed in B? No, we can't access. So using A class object, we can access the circle method that is implemented in A class. So I'll call that method. So I'm saving it. So I'll run it. If I run it, what should it has to print? It has to print this one inside circle method of A class, right? So I'll execute and show you the output. See here, it is showing inside circle method of A class, right? It is going to this class and it is printing that. Okay. So now I want to create B class object. I created it. Using this B class object, can I access car method? Can I access car method with B class object? Yes, I can access. So I'm calling it. So using this B object, can I call circle method? can I call circle method? Okay, if we can call the circle method with B object, which one will be called? Which is existed in A or which is existed in B? Obviously B, right? The flow goes from child to parent only, not directly from parent to child. First, JVM will check it in B class, whether in child class, whether that method is exist or not. If it is exist, then it will execute this one only. If it doesn't exist, then only it will go and check it in parent class. So, if I want to call that circle method with B class object, I am calling it. So what it has to print now, I'm commenting these two. First, we created B class object and we are calling car method and then circle method. So it will print first inside car method and then it will print inside circle method of B class. So I saved it and I'm running it and I'll show you the output. See, the output is same. It is expected only inside car method and then it is printing inside circle method of B class. So if you observe this, the circle method is same in both A and B, but B is overriding the implementation. Here, the println statement is different. So it is remodifying the implementation. It is overriding the implementation of circle that is existed in A with its own implementation. Did you understand the concept, everyone? Did you understand? So method overriding can be possible in inheritance concept only. We should be having parent and child relationship, and if child class is overriding some method that is already existed in A class, then we can call it as method overriding. Okay. So if it is A class object and we are calling circle with that object, then it is going to this method. If we are using B class object, then it is going to this overridden method, right? So based on the object type, based on the object type, it is calling that respective method. Previously, like yeah, in method overloading type, previously didn't check the object type. It checked only method signature, how many parameters, and is parameters type and size type is same, and his method name is same. It just checked it. That's it. It didn't check about on object type, right? But here in method overriding, it is checking object type. Based on that, it is calling that respective method. Here it is A object, so it is calling this method. Here it is B object, so that it is calling this method which is existed in child class. As it is dealing with objects and as it is checking with objects, it will execute in runtime. It will bind at runtime as the object creation and checking will takes place in runtime. This method overriding will takes place at runtime only. That's why we are calling it as runtime polymorphism. Did you understand the difference between method overloading and then method overriding? Is it clear, everyone? Okay. So can we say that we are use multiple or not? Which one multiple? Multiple inheritance is not supported in Java. It can be achieved using interface, Praveen. So we have circle method. It, it is having different forms. One is in parent and another is in child class. If some C is also inheriting, for example, if I have C class, if it is inheriting a class, if it is overriding circle method, it can, ma'am, can we execute the method? I didn't get it. No, that won't be possible, but we can use we need to use super keyword. I think in interfaces, next session you could understand it better, Soumya, because interface, everything will be reference type only. It's not like B, I mean, you are creating B class object with B variable name new B. It will comes with the reference type only. You could understand it better in next session. You can go to super class based on this or super keyword. It will call that respective method. If you want, you can go through that as well. So in circle, this is the method name. This is the method name, and it is existed in both parent and child classes. So based on the object creation, based on the object, the JVM is calling respective method. Right? So as this circle is taking different forms in parent and child, can I say it as polymorphism? Can I say that it is polymorphism? Which type of polymorphism it is? It is not in single class, it is in different classes, parent and child class. It is using inheritance concept. So is it method overloading or overriding? Overriding. Yes. And as the object creation is taking place based on the object creation and object, it is calling that respective method. Is it runtime or compile time? Runtime. Okay, good. Okay. So can you relate to the concept where can we use overloading and overloading? Overloading is simple because, for example, in addition also, if someone are comes up and once you are wrote the code with integer type, if someone is coming up and they are saying like, hey, sometimes I'll give integer type variables, but sometimes I may give float variables, but you need to return the sum of those operands which I'm passing. So as the requirement is same, so we can use different parameters and we can write it like this, right? Based on the requirement. So where can we use method overriding? We can use it based on the requirement only. For example, I have some complex, assume I have some complex method in A class. I completed it. I have my own implementation. But later, someone comes up and saying like, hey, this part was okay, but sometimes I need some different implementation. If I'm calling with this, I mean, if I'm using different parameters, sorry, not different parameters, like sometimes I need different implementation. Sometimes I'm okay with this implementation, but sometimes I need some extra implementation as well. So if you get that um, requirement after completing or after developing your project, it will be difficult to modify here. You can modify in the same method, but it may impact in other classes which using this A class, right? So instead of modifying this code here, it's better to take one child class and override all the properties and then write your own implementation according to the requirement. The example is phone itself. For example, we have Vivo V25. Okay, so here Vivo V25 having some camera features, some extra features. So I want to have need all those features. But under this camera features, I have some bug in Vivo V25 feature. So I want to rectify it in new feature, like V26 feature. I want to rectify it. So I can't go and I don't say to my customers, give all your Vivo V25 phones. I'll rewrite the code and rectify the bug. We can't say that and we can't do that. That is not possible, right? So instead of doing that way, it's better to release new version which can have all the previous version properties. Along with that, you have to write new implementation which can rectify the bug, which can implement new features, right? Can you relate to this example? Did you understand the method of overloading and method of overriding and where can we use it in real time? Is it clear, everyone? Any doubts? Okay. No, it can't be possible, Leela Haripriya. It can't be possible only by just removing the, what do we say, access modifier. It can't be possible. See here, it's throwing error. Okay. Okay, fine. So let me ask you questions about this method of overloading and method of overriding. What is the main difference between method of overloading and method of overriding? Okay, okay, good. I'll give you the definition. You tell me whether it is method of overloading or method of overriding. If parent class and child class having same method with the same parameters with the same return type, then will it be method of overloading or overriding? Overriding. So which class is overriding which method? Child class is overriding or parent class is overriding? Child class is overriding. Okay. If it like I have different methods with different parameters, maybe the type of parameters is also different in the same class. Is it method of overloading or overriding? Okay. Uh, which one is runtime polymorphism? Which concept comes under runtime polymorphism? Which comes under compile time polymorphism? Okay. Okay. Um, can we override main method? Can we override main method? We have this method, right? Main method. Can I override it? Override it means I need to take one more class and I have to write this main method. Can I do that? No, it is not possible because JVM will come and it will check for main method usually, and it will take it as entry point. It will take it as entry point to execute all the lines that are available in main method. So if you are trying to override in child class, if you are trying to override it in child class, what it will do? It contains two main methods with the same method signature, public, static, void, main, string args, with the same parameters, with same access modifier, same return type. So it means it is overriding it. So as this main method exists in two classes, JVM will get ambiguity and it can't understand which one is the entry point. Is it the entry point or is it the entry point to execute this code? So overriding main method is not allowed. Okay, is it clear? Can we overload main method? Can we overload main method with different parameters, with different size, with the type of parameters is different? Can I overload in the same class? I will be having main method but differs in parameters. Will it be possible or not? Overloading. Yes, it is possible because JVM will only treat this which contains this as method signature. First JVM will comes and it will check for this method signature. It is it will check and it will take it as entry point. It will execute it. So if I have one more method in the same class, if I have one more method but differs in parameters, for example, int A, int B, is it matching with with this method signature? Not at all, because the name and everything may be same, but it is differ in parameters. But JVM will only check for this parameters with this method signature only. So it can take it as entry point, it can execute it. So we can overload the main method, but we can't override it. Okay. Overloading is possible. Overriding is not possible. Why it is not possible? Overriding. In overriding, we need to use same signature, same method signature with same parameters, same return type, same method name. As it is existed two times, JVM will get ambiguity. Did you understand? Is it clear, everyone, why main method can be overload but not override? Okay, great. Fine then. What is downcasting then? What is downcasting? I'm jumping into the concept. I want to ask you the questions. Is it parent to child or child to parent? Parent to child. What is upcasting then? What is narrowing? Big to size, small or small to big? Which one requires explicit declaration of typecasting? Is it widening or narrowing? Which one requires explicitly declaring of casting? Narrowing. Which one explicitly needs explicit declaration of typecasting between downcasting and upcasting? Yes, downcast. Fine. Then, we completed today's agenda. First, we discussed about typecasting. What is typecasting? And then we discussed for primitive typecasting and then non-primitive typecasting. Under primitive, we have widening, and then narrowing. In non-primitive, we have upcasting, downcasting. We discussed about these four concepts and we saw the demo. After this, we discussed about what is polymorphism. What does this polymorphism word mean? And then we have two different types, compile time and then run time. And we discussed about which concepts comes under compile time, which concept comes under runtime. So here method overloading. We discussed about method overloading definition and we took one example and we understood the way of execution. And we understood that main method can be overloaded. And then we discussed about method overriding concept, and we took one example and we understood the way of execution, the flow of control, where it is going based on the object type. And then we got to know like we can't override main method. Okay. In today's class, we discussed about these concepts and hope everything is clear to you because you are giving proper answers. So let me know if you are not clear with any concept. If it is clear, give clear or else no. Great. I could see clear response as clear. Okay, well and good. Then we can wind up today's session. So over to you, Chandana. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Surya. So guys, I'm sending the attendance link. Please mark your attendance. So meanwhile, any questions you can ask me. Okay. So today there is no quiz. So tomorrow we have a quiz again on verbal ability. Error spotting. Okay. The topic was error spotting. Okay, so if you are done with your questions, means we'll wind up the session. So which exam is held on 15th March? So 11th, not 15th March. So on 9th March, we are going to conduct a quiz, like subject level test on verbal ability. So 8th, we are going to wind up the session on verbal ability. So 9th, we are going to conduct a quiz on whole topics of verbal ability. So if you are done with your questions, means we'll wind up the session for the day. Okay. So let me know if you are done with your questions, means. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much for attending the session. Yeah. Bye. Have a great day.